It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Police are searching for two men over an armed robbery on a Merewether service station last night. The pair entered the service station on Watkins Street just after 9:30. One of them was armed with a metal pole. They threatened the 25-year-old service station attendant, demanding cash and cigarettes. Senior Constable Lauren Mars says the employee complied and the pair ran off towards the junction.
One of the men has been described as being of Caucasian in appearance, aged in his mid-20s with a medium build and about 185 centimetres tall. At the time he was wearing dark long pants and a dark jacket, a black beanie and had a red cloth covering his face. He was armed with a metal bar at the time.
The other man was slightly shorter and was wearing grey long pants, a black hoodie and had a black and grey cloth covering his face. It could be several days before Kurri Kurri gets back to normal after the town was smashed by yesterday's wild thunderstorm. Winds of up to 100 kilometres per hour ripped roofs off buildings and brought trees crashing down onto cars, while more than 1,300 homes and businesses were blacked out as power lines came down. Around 500 Ausgrid customers are still without power. Cessnock Mayor Bob Pinsent says many community buildings were damaged at the height of the fury.
The library will remain closed until we get the all clear about the safety of the building, and I assume that the wash that runs out of the ambulance hall will relocate if we can find a suitable venue.
The State Emergency Service received more than 170 calls for help and is still dealing with about 90 jobs. Meanwhile, the Education Department has closed Kurri Kurri Public School today due to the storm damage. A construction fence has now been erected around the old Newcastle Post Office as work finally gets underway to restore the site. The first phase of repair work is to secure and clean up the veranda where homeless people have been taking shelter. CEO of the Awabakal Aboriginal Land Council, Rob Russell, says he's glad they're finally able to do something about the post office for the community.
I field several phone calls weekly from people who are annoyed at the status of the post office and want to see something done with it, and all I've been able to say to them is, please be patient, we will get there. It's not an easy job, and we've got to do it right too. So I'm just happy so that we're able to start moving forward.
Keolis Downer has a big task ahead of it if it wants Newcastle residents to use public transport, with recent data showing less than 4% of residents use public transport to get to work. It's thought the low patronage reflects the ineffective bus routes currently throughout Newcastle and Lake Macquarie, but Keolis Downer says it's committed to improving bus services for all residents. CEO Campbell Mason says it's a case of out with the old and in with the new.
Essentially, Newcastle's transport system hasn't been reviewed since 2008, so it's been in place for almost 10 years, and the way that people move around, where they live, where they work, where they shop, where they go for entertainment has changed. The transport system needs to move with the times.
Skateboard enthusiasts are being encouraged to have their say about a new skate park being developed at Charlestown. The concept plans are available on the Lake Macquarie Council website, and residents have until the 17th of this month to provide comments. Lake Macquarie Project Delivery Officer Simon Collins says the feedback received will help shape the final look at the park.
So the community can get involved by contacting council, or you can go to our website, which is shape.lakemac.com.au/skate-lake-mac.
Sport for our sponsor PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
Newcastle Jets skipper Nigel Bogard will make his 200th A-League appearance in Adelaide this Saturday. The 31-year-old has formed an imposing central defensive pairing with Nikolai Topor-Stanley to build a strong start to the season for the club. The A-League record for most games is held by former goalkeeper Danny Vukovic with 278. The Knights are hoping to secure rookie prop Pasami Saulo following his impressive form in the New South Wales Cup this season. The Maitland product and former Hunter Sports high school student has been at the club since he was 15. While still eligible for the under-20 side next season, Saulo has set his sights on a first-grade debut. And Blake Windred has moved one step closer to his dream of becoming a professional golfer. The 19-year-old Charlestown amateur won the W.E. Alexander Open at Waratah for the third time on Sunday, posting rounds of 68 and 69 to finish 3 under par. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 7, 17, 22, 10, 3 and 13, and the supplementaries are 40 and 4. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.